Social realism is a genre where filmmakers draw attention to the everyday conditions of the working class and the poor and the challenges they face. Conventions of this genre are run-down in locations, lower budgets, and gritty topics such as violence and drugs. From the initial research questionnaire, I discovered that a housing estate would be the best setting for my opening sequence. The use of this environment plays on the stereotype of the working class and highlights the situations they may encounter. However, this is a contrast to the film Precious, which is set in a high school. Pathetic fallacy is demonstrated within my opening sequence, where the weather reflects a dark and harsh storyline. A hard convention to develop within the opening sequence was an engaging storyline, as social realism usually portrays a long-winded realistic plot. Results from my original questionnaire displays that relationships is quite a popular issue to illustrate, so I decided to incorporate violence and thus created a domestic abuse storyline. This develops the convention because there can be many factors that influence domestic abuse, like drugs and alcohol. Furthermore, the female protagonist pictured in my opening sequence is conventional of social realism because she portrays the vulnerable victim of the horrible situation. This convention is highlighted in the opening sequence as she seems to be very closed off from the surrounding environments. My female character can be linked to Mia from Fish Tank, who also seems distant in the first 30 seconds, because she appears on the balcony away from the noise in the housing estate. Also, the survey conducted at the beginning of the production process showed that many of my audience members preferred a teenage lead to any other age group. After researching social realism, I discovered the font and colour of the titles is significant when reflecting the genre. For example, in This Is England and Selfish Giant, both use a white simplistic font. In all the opening sequences, it emphasises the little light within the dull world. The font I chose for titles reflects the answer given in my font and title questionnaire, which was called Simpleton Gothic, which suggests there is a lack of education in my film as it is all capital font. Titles are an aspect of the opening sequence which is present in the beginning part of my production. This can include directors, actors, actresses, production companies. The use of convention informs the audience of the group who made the film. The position of the titles may also hint to the audience that certain roles are of higher importance. For instance, the production company's names are situated in the centre, whereas actors and actresses are placed at the bottom right of the screen. For example, the colour of the title suggests social realism because the white on black is very simplistic and conventional. This can be linked to the title sequence from the British film This Is England, as it shows a white font on a black background and slightly faded out. The font depicted in my opening sequence was chosen because of the all capitals look suggests there is a lack of education among the film, and the faded feel suggests that there is not a perfect plot. Furthermore, as a result from my font and title questionnaire, the audience prefer this one I used to my first edit. An enigma code is a question that is not immediately answered and thus draws an audience into the film. Creating enigma codes in my film was quite difficult, as conventionally not much happens in the opening sequences of social realism. Creating enigma codes in my film was difficult, as conventionally not much happens in the opening sequences of social realism. From this, I included some action between the two protagonists to create mystery and suspense. The conflict allows this question from the audience to arise: what is the connection between the two characters? It draws the audience into the gritty plot and creates the issue as to who is the male character to the female.